was painting my my moon, and I was talking to Christian last night and sharing this book, The Gift of Intensity: How to Win at Life and Love as a Highly Sensitive and Emotionally Intense Person by Imi Lo. As I was reading this to you, and thanks Christian for encouraging me to do so, because as I was reading and hearing myself say these things out loud, I do recognize that this is going to be my next project. And this will keep me motivated to actually continue reading this book. This book is written for those among us who are exceptionally intense, sensitive, and empathic in nature. This book is for you if you have never fitted in with the mainstream and have no choice but to walk an unconventional path. All your life, you have been told you are too much, too strange, too difficult, or too dramatic. You're a deep thinker, an intuitive feeler, an extraordinary observer. When you see pain in others, you feel it in your heart. When art or music moves you, you are flooded with waves of joy and ecstasy. As a natural empathizer, you have a gift. You see social nuances and emotional dynamics, but are missed by most people. And you also absorb psychic energy from those around you. As a child, you were spirited, perceptive, and sensitive. You had insatiable curiosity and a rich inner world. You did not always agree with the adults in your life and always challenged what was unjust and unfair. You were obsessed with certain subjects and formed strong attachments to people, animals, objects, and places. Your passionate nature, intuition, and independent thinking set you apart from the mainstream. And being out of sync means your search for belongingness remains a perennial struggle. Sometimes it seems your tribe or soulmate is nowhere to be found. Few can keep up with your intellect, and those who do may not share your emotional depth. What works for others does not work for you. No matter how much you try, you cannot hold down a conventional job, climb the corporate ladder, or walk the stable and predictable path. You are interested in too many things to be boxed into one stereotype or career. You have difficulty saying yes to hypercritical and dysfunctional systems and find it hard to not be the whistleblower to the truth you see. Your family and friends say you are overly serious. At some point in your life, after many rejections and criticism, you took an unconscious vow to hide your true self so that you would never be hurt, rejected, or betrayed again. You developed an adaptive social facade that is carefully edited, partially silenced, and rigidly held. You made yourself invisible to curtail the disapproving gazes, the teasing, shaming, and mocking. You molded yourself into a more socially acceptable version and mellowed out your intensities in order to fit in. Interesting enough, facade can take many forms. Interesting enough, facade can take many forms. You may be stuck in an unsatisfactory job or dysfunctional relationship, or perhaps you hold back from creative expression. Sometimes you overstay in a community even when you clearly don't fit in, believing that if you try hard enough, you will find enough acceptance. After a while, you forgot your true nature. You forgot the spontaneous wild soul that you are. Though on the outside, you appear secure, inwardly you feel numb and insecure. You have curbed your excitement, denied your longings, and discarded your big dreams. And you have ended up with a limited palette for life. Your false facade might have worked for a while, but your soul refuses to be banished. Your existential angst might have started with an illness, a relationship breakdown, or a career crisis. Suddenly, you can no longer withstand hiding who you are or the emptiness that comes from a lifetime of denial. You realize your authentic being is much more valuable than fusion with the masses. When life wakes you up, however turbulent the journey of reclaiming your true self might be, you have no choice but to embark upon it. Perhaps right now, you are on this critical juncture of your life. For a long time, you have thought there was something wrong with you. Never had you considered the probability that your intensity is a sign of enormous creative potential. This book tells a different story and will help you to redefine yourself. Here's an invitation for the return of your true nature. Part 1 of this book sets out the premise in which we review what it means to be intense and different. Part 2, you will find strategies, exercises, and advice that will help you thrive in relationships with yourself and others. Chapter 4, your relationship with yourself. You will learn to develop emotional skills that help you navigate your complex and intense emotional landscape, as well as help you understand the value of reclaiming your true nature as an intense person. Chapter 5, your relationship with your family. We will focus on your relationship with your family of origin. Being an apple that has fallen far from the tree can hurt in ways that are invisible. Chapter 6, romantic and intimate relationships. We will think about the challenges you face in intimate relationships. For example, you may have big ups and downs with your partners, be bored and restless, face frequent emotional triggers, and have difficulty when trying to control your reactions. Drawing from attachment and psychodynamic theories, you will learn how to undo the unhealthy pattern that holds you back from intimacy. Finally, Chapter 7, work relationships and friendships. We will consider your relationship with the wider social world. This includes people at work and friends. We help you to navigate common challenges at work, from power struggles to interpersonal dynamics. Wow. This section, entitled Growing Out of People, addresses a common but largely unnamed challenge faced by intense people: the tendency to grow out of people and the need to move on from relationships. I'm excited to share.